Hello, welcome to the Art of the Oracle. I am bringing today Ceccoli Oracle, and very interesting message we got yesterday. So even though it's Tarot Tuesday, I do have my Crow Tarot, which I brought in yesterday, and also Animal Spirits again today. So we'll check in and just see where the reading takes us. How are you all doing today? Thank you so much for joining me today on the channel. Yeah, we're stepping into another full moon phase. So that's coming, I think, on Wednesday. So as we're, shuffling the cards, what is it that we most need to know at this time? What is the energy bringing in as we move further into November? I think it's this one here. Oh, number 7. So 7 to me is about options and choices and different things that we have going on. And in this picture, as you can see, she's holding Humpty Dumpty, right? She seems to be a little bit in mourning because something has been lost here, or someone has been lost here. And what I'm feeling is almost like a remorse for something done, right? Something that, from the past. Even the little flowers here are weeping, and we have a bit of a gray sky around us, and everybody is just, disappointed that things are this way, right? And the card itself is called a lamentation. What has been broken can't be mended. You may have been in similar situations before and we're able to fix them, but it's different this time. Something fundamental at the core has been lost. It may be the end of a relationship, a project, or a long-held hope. Whatever it is, you must deal with its passing just as you would a death. This is not the time for practicalities. It's all about emotions now. Lament what is gone and let go. Let your sorrows flow. So it's very interesting because when I was tapping in, and asking for a message, I didn't hear anything, but I did see like white and black, or like a deep gray. And there was a divide is what I was seeing in my head, like a great divide. And, here in the US, there's a great divide going on, and this could have something to do with that, but it could also have something to do with you. We all have things from our past that didn't work, or people that we've lost, or times in our life that have just passed, and people that have come in our life and gone. And sometimes we hold on despite the fact that it's over. And also, I think we've also been taught not to, just to kind of move on and not to have an emotional interaction. And it's just the opposite is what I'm hearing here, is that it's very important for us to really feel the sadness around something that didn't work out, or of an event, or maybe a time in your life that didn't go the way you wanted it to. And you don't want to wallow in that, but it's okay. You're a human being with so many different emotions, so you don't have to pretend that sadness isn't part of it. Part of that spiritual bypassing is that feeling. I've done it myself, where I felt like I had to be happy, like really happy. So we have the parrot spirit, which is flying in right after this. And it says, watch your words. It's a 4 and a 5, which is really around the foundation of something really changing and shifting. And as I've said, if you've watched this channel, I talk a little bit about numbers in most of my videos. And this says, watch your words. Parrot, really mimics things. And sometimes you say things and you don't really realize what is being said, right? So this is around that. It's like make sure that you don't just repeat something that isn't true. And so that's part of what it says. It says, what are you repeating to yourself? Is it something that makes you feel good? Or does it make, or does it, you know, kind of break your spirits down? Is it something about your strength and potential? It's time to be more mindful. I had to pause the video. I had a really big sneeze that come on. Hopefully that's the only one. So it's asking you to be mindful about what you're saying and about how you're speaking. All right. Okay. So a couple of sneezes going on here. And to me, when things happen, it happens for a reason. So I literally like paused in between talking and saying and parroting what is coming out in the guidebook, right? And this is what this is saying is that don't just mindlessly repeat things that you hear. What do you really feel about it? And I think that's part of what this 7 is that we have a choice on, you know, there are things in the world that can be very painful and hurtful, and there's no need for us to act like things don't hurt us or that we're not hurting other people, because there's just a lot of cruelty, I think, at times, and people kind of like glaze over sometimes that. So it says, remember to speak with light and love, and make that a habit. Be generous with compliments and affirming all is good, so that your loving, healing words will be heard throughout the jungle, cutting through the noise and inspiring others. Listen for words that remind you of all the strength, abundance, joy, your life, in your life, and then repeat them, affirming what is real, true, and nurturing to your soul. The universe will reflect back to you the stories that you tell. So yeah, so I think my sneezing was like a release of energy for me, but it was also a pause to, before you speak. I read Richard Rudd's book, The Art of Contemplation, which was so beautiful. And it was exactly about that. It's about taking a moment, right? And pausing before you speak. It was very powerful when I read that book. I really, really appreciated it, because as a Gemini, it's a lot of times, you know, it's all about language and communication and thoughts, and everything is flowing so quickly. I don't always pause. So yeah, so it's asking for a little bit of a pause. And okay, the star, how beautiful. So if we look at these 3 cards, 3 different decks, the star is about a wish, right? Excuse me, I know I'm a little bit sniffly. The star card is about a wish and having the courage to hold on. And so what I'm getting from this is, and this is card number 17. So you see the 7 is repeated here again. It's like we have these choices of how to be in the world. And when things create sadness within us, let yourself be sad, but then move in and fly literally with like a spirit that raises your spirit and others. Let your energy flow with what's happening right now in the universe. That really beautiful things are happening. We have 2, actually there's a 3rd bird here. This energy here is, I think, what I'm hearing is it's heralding in a new song. And what is it that you're going to repeat? What are you going to sing? What are you going to fly out into the world and give? Let yourself feel the sadness and then fly forward. And as we fly, as you know, as a bird flies, it has a different perspective than if it was on the ground, right? Everything looks completely different. It would be so beautiful if as humans that we could do that. And that's what that art of contemplation does a little bit. It allows us a pause. It allows you to step back and take a look at, you know, where are you putting your energy? Are you spending too much time in grief over lost things? Or are you like, you know, pretending that it didn't happen and not allowing yourself? It'll be different for each one of you. And I feel like because it's this 7 energy, it's like changing energy, that this sadness, let yourself grieve over things that were lost, but allow the energy to change and shift. And as time is coming to a close and we move forward to this new energy of what the star is bringing in, which is our hopes and our dreams. And, you know, I feel like, you know, extraterrestrial beings or something like that, something from the heavens and the stars coming in during this time, right, as we go into the full moon. I'm hearing that there's one more card. So let's see. Okay, there it is. And isn't this interesting? This is exactly how it worked yesterday. This is a card of loss. So this is a card of like this change. And these birds up here, there's more in the light than are in the dark. And they're, it's about perspective, like I was talking about. Like this feels very hard and dense, and they're walking forward. I'll bring this up so you can see it closest. They're moving forward, right? And it's harder down here. And up here, they seem to be a little bit in the light. And so this is about seeing, and there will be some losses, but it's about your perspective. So when things change and things move into a different cycle, which is what the 5 is, and this is around choices. Again, we have the 4 and 5 here making 9, telling us that there's an ending of something and moving forward into a new light, a new awareness. So in the middle of this, you know, feeling of loss, because that's what the pentacles are. It's like a tangible thing. It could be someone you loved. It could be financial. It could be, you know, just some big change that maybe you didn't foresee coming, and then you see it as a loss. So yeah, as this week moves forward, honor the sadness and the loss, and then move forward. But don't forget, in the middle of all this, whatever is happening, I feel like it's almost like making way. It's like these are the outer doors, and it's opening up to what's in the middle. It's like this is, you know, opening up to whatever the birds are bringing in, which is higher awareness and holding on to our dreams and rising above things that have been heavy and dark. So thank you so much for being here at the Art of the Oracle. If you like what you see, give me a thumbs up. I'd love to hear from you. So leave me a comment. And until tomorrow, I hope you have an absolutely beautiful day. Bye now.